In this video we will learn about surface modeling. Previously we were using this shapes group over here, in which we extruded, resolved and used different other features in order to create a solid object. But in this particular video I will show you how to uh, model a surface. So surface is basically a 3D model with no thickness. The thickness is negligible, and when the thickness is negligible, of course the mass properties are not applicable to that surface. The surface doesn't have any mass, and this surface modeling is widely used in industries like automobile, aerospace, plastic industry, etc. And surface modeling is very useful tool as far as complex geometries and parts are concerned. So what designers actually do is they create a surface, a complex surface, and then convert it into a solid part. So that's why it is very important to learn surface modeling. So it is similar to solid modeling. The only difference is I will be showing you by using different commands. For example, if I select extrude, the very first option that the dashboard gives me is either I can extrude it as a solid object, which we have done in previous cases, but this time as we are going to model a surface, so I will be invoking this button. Now it is a surface model, and then of course the rest of the procedure is similar to solid modeling. We have to define a sketch on a particular plane using the sketch view. I will be creating a center rectangle like this, and with the help of a center and ends type of arc like this, and removing the extra material. So you can see the pink shaded region is shown, and if I press OK, here you can see instead of creating a solid model, a surface of negligible thickness is created, and its depth can be changed, for example 100 units or whatever the desired value is, 50 units, and press OK. So a surface is created upon the geometry which I created in the sketch tool, and it has open ends. The front end is open and the back end is open, and if we go in this edit definition button in the options menu, if we check this option capped ends, you can see both the ends are now closed, but it is still a surface. It is not solid, it is not filled with any sort of material, it is hollow from the inside. And if I remove this and capped ends again, the ends are now open from both sides. So this is how we use extrude tool. Similarly, we can create some revolved features by creating sketch first. For example, if I select this plane, which is my, and this time I will be selecting the top plane and creating a sketch in the sketch view, and my sketch will look like this. And also I need to create a center line, and if I right click and press designate axis of revolution, it will automatically select the axis of revolution. Press OK. So a new sketch is created. If I press revolve now, you can see a surface is generated. Because it was an open sketch, sketch was not closed, That's why it cannot be created as a solid, but it will be created as a surface, and the particular angle can be changed depending upon the desired value. And currently it has open ends. As you can see, it is open. If I select this option, no, capped ends is not available in this case, so I will be entering 270 and press OK. So a revolved surface is created. Control D. In a similar fashion, we can create other revolved features. For example, if I press revolve, define a sketch on one of the planes, sketch in sketch view. If I create a line this time, like this, and create a center line, somewhere near it, and press right click. No, first of all we have to select it and then press right click. It is already designated as its axis of revolution. Press OK. OK, it will automatically be changed to surface as the sketch is open. So we press OK, and you can see a hollow cylindrical surface is created. Now the option of no, capped end is still not visible. I can only change this value to some of the desired angle. Like this, 360, and press OK. So these are all my surfaces, and these surfaces have no mass. Now if we want to edit this revolve to like this, and in the sketch, if we change the sketch to a closed sketch, for example, if I now the sketch is closed, press OK. If I select it to be 90 or whatever the desired value from the other side, and if I uncheck this right now, now you can see the option of capped ends is now visible when the sketch is a closed figure. Previously we were creating an open sketch, that's why this option was not available, capped ends. But as in this case we have closed the sketch, so that's why we can create capped ends. Press OK, Control D. In a similar fashion we can create a sweep, helical sweep, swept blend. For example, in order to create a sweep we must have a trajectory or path first. For example, if I select this right plane and create a sketch using a line, horizontal, a vertical line having a length of 500 units, press OK. And if I now invoke this sweep feature, I would have to select it a surface and then create a sketch on one of the endpoints, this time a center rectangle. Press OK, and you can see a surface type of sweep is created, and of course this again has negligible thickness or no mass. Similarly, we can have its ends capped like this, but from inside it is hollow. Press OK. In order to create a helical sweep, we must have a sketch first, in which we define the height of the spring using the line. This here is the height and trajectory of the spring, and a center line about which the coils of the spring will be rotated. And if I right click over this line by pressing it and set it as designate axis of revolution, this coil will be around this axis. Now using sketch 3, if I invoke helical sweep feature as a surface and then create a sketch at one of the ends like circle, if we create a semicircle and remove extra features, let's see what happens. Control D. So you can see here the inside of this coil is hollow, and there are options. If I want to have capped ends, if I press this, you can see it is now changed to a closed ends. Now it is open. If I slightly change the sketch and remove this top surface, let's see what happens if it is an open sketch. So the top is now open, and as it is an open sketch, that's why this option of capped ends is not available, and press OK. So this is how we create helical surface. Likewise, in order to create swept blend feature, we first have to define a path by selecting a sketch on one of the planes, right plane. In sketch view, if I create a spline like this, press OK, Control D, and using this sketch, if I create a swept blend feature, I will have to first check it as a surface, create it as a surface, and then in the sections I have to create sections like section number 1, then press sketch on any of the surfaces like this. Here is the sketch on this end. On the other end, I need to insert section number 2 by pressing sketch. If I press OK, so a swept blend feature is created along the path which I defined in the sketch, and if it is of course a surface which has no mass, and you can see the number of entities on both the sketches are equal, that's why it is created. And also, as both of the sections were closed, so we can use this option of capped ends. Press OK, Control D, and then we have a blend, parallel blend. In order to create parallel blend, we have to define some parallel planes. Using this plane as a reference, I will be creating two sketches, one on the front plane, another on this reference plane in order to use parallel blend feature. I will be creating a center rectangle like this. Press OK, Control D, and then on this plane, which is parallel to the front plane, I will be creating another sketch using the sketch view. Again, center rectangle like this. Press OK, Control D, and now if I invoke this parallel blend feature, in this, first of all we have to blend as a surface. Then in sections, we will be selecting the sections which are already created by pressing this and insert and selecting this second sketch, and you can see a parallel blend is created. Again, we can choose the option of capped ends or uncapped ends. In a similar fashion, we can create rotational blends as surfaces. In the sections, we will be sketching the sections on one of the planes, like this plane. Create sketch of a circle. Press OK. And of course, we have to select the axis of rotation. So again, we will go to sections and edit this sketch and create a center line which will act as its center of rotation. And if you select this and right click it and designate it as axis of revolution, press OK, and go to sections and insert the second section sketch like circle. Okay, so now it is a surface type rotational blend feature. Like if I set it to 90 or less than 90, I can have a rotational blend like feature. It is hollow from the inside, and similarly I can add more sections. Section number 3, sketch. This time I will create a sketch over here. Press OK, Control D. So my rotational blend surface is created, and I can also have the ends capped in order to close it. So this is how we create surface models. Similarly, we can create the rounds, chamfers and drafts. In order to create a round, we just have to select the edge. You can see, and in a similar fashion we can create chamfers, like select chamfer tool and then press one of the edges and give the desired value. And similarly, we can mirror the objects. We can make patterns in the similar fashion which we used to do with solid models.